Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I filmed something a little different. This is kind of like a reverse smoky eye, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I just basically use one eyeshadow on the inner corner and that's it. But I really like how it turned out. I wanted to do something to contrast with the purple. And I kind of got this idea from Jordy from her channel, It's Likely Makeup. You all probably already know who she is. You should. Before we get into it, this wig is from Donna Love Hair. I do have a coupon code and I will list it below. These contacts are from TTDI and I think the style is called Dodo Gray. Also linked below. Necklace is from Cookie Jar. I think that's what it's called. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. For primer today, I'm going to use the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer. And I'm just going to pat that in my T-zone to make sure that my pores are really filled. For foundation, I'm going to use the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation, just sticking with Tarte. Just going to dot that all over my face and buff it in with this Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm sorry my intro sounded like really quiet and stuff, but like those people around me, and I didn't want them to hear me talking. I'm just going to go over my foundation and everything with a damp sponge to make sure that everything is blended out. For concealer, of course, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape, again sticking with Tarte, applying that as normal, generously under my eyes, down my nose, on the center of my forehead, and my chin. Then blending that out with my damp sponge. I always make sure to take this concealer over my eyelids because I think it works as a perfect eyeshadow primer. And I know I use a lot of concealer, but I just love this concealer so much, and usually it helps balance out like a darker foundation because most of my foundations are too dark for me. So it just works out. Then I'm going to set that concealer with my airspun loose powder. This is the translucent one. Also, always make sure to set your eyelids too if you put concealer on them like that. I'm also going to bake with that powder. I don't normally bake, but hey. Then brushing the bake off after a few minutes with a big fluffy brush. I'm going to contour with my Profusion Studio Contour Palette. I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush. I really love this brush for contouring. I'm just putting that under my cheekbones and my jawline, of course. I'm also going to contour my nose. I start by drawing two straight lines down the center of my nose, and I use a very light hand with not much product at all, and when most of the product is off the brush, I just blend out the lines a little bit. I also take some on the tip of my nose, take my damp sponge and blend over all of that really well. For eyebrows, I'm taking this Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that to fill in the front of my brow where I have hair, and also to kind of create a guideline on the tail of my brow for later. And I'm just darkening it up a little bit. It's not going to get too dark because, you know, it has nothing to stick to. Then I'm going to take my limecrime black velvet velvetine and just use that to fill in the tail of my eyebrow. Just following that shape that we already created. Taking Sugarpill's Buttercupcake eyeshadow, I'm just going to use a fluffy brush and apply that on the inner crease, I guess you would say. I'm also gonna apply that on the lid as well as the crease. And I'm gonna build that shade up quite a bit. I love how easily these Sugarpill eyeshadows build up. They're really amazing eyeshadows. I wanted it to be pretty intense so it would really contrast with the purple of my wig. I'm just gonna go in back and forth of blending it out and building it up as usual. Taking that same contour palette, I'm going to take the highlight shade from that, and with a small tiny brush I'm going to apply that to the lid. You can't really see this, you can just skip this. And with a smaller brush and that yellow eyeshadow, I'm going to pack it on and make it even more intense. And then blending it out so there are no harsh lines. Then just applying some mascara. This is CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. Do y'all like how I train myself not to open my mouth when I do my mascara? For lashes, I'm using my favorite Dodo Lashes D115. And when I wait for that glue to get tacky, I'm just going to highlight my face with that same highlight shade from that palette. I just highlight my cheekbones, my brow bone, my nose, chin, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. Then I'm just sticking those lashes on. I use a black glue, but you can really see it, so I really should have used a clear one, but whatevs. For lips, I'm going to use Jeffree Star Cosmetics Weirdo Liquid Lipstick, and just applying that all over my lips, of course overdrawing them a little bit because that's what I like to do. I don't really overdraw my bottom lip really at all, just my top lip. Then just applying mascara on my lower lashes, and then we're finished. So this is the completed look. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.